What's up, Heat fans? It is your boy Ernest, and I am back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday so far. And with all that said, you guys, let's get rocking and rolling with another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Before we get there, guys, please take a moment, help your boy out. Smash the like button so we can destroy this YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. We are less than 300 subscribers away from 2K subscribers. Definitely need your guys' help to get there. Now, today, you guys, I got a great video for y'all because I have a few things that I want to talk about. But before I talk about some different topics, I want to kind of piggyback off of the video I posted yesterday about Damian Lillard reporting to only camps between either Portland or Miami. Now, recently, it was confirmed by Anthony Chang, who is an NBA beat insider reporter for the Miami Heat. He has close ties with the Miami Heat. He basically piggybacked on what Shams' report said, that the Miami Heat and the Portland Trail Blazers will continue conversation soon about a possible trade for Damian Lillard. It was reported yesterday that Damian Lillard prefers only two teams, and there's only two teams that he will report to training camp for, which is the Portland Trail Blazers or the Miami Heat. Shams did give an example yesterday that if Damian Lillard was traded to, let's say, the Toronto Raptors, it's just an example, there's no rumors, but if he was traded to another team, he probably won't report to camp. Now, I know what everyone's probably thinking. This is Damian Lillard. He loves basketball. He's going to play no matter where he goes. You guys got to understand something about this. He's at a point in his career where he wants to win. He doesn't want to waste any time. I don't believe that he's not just going to show up to training camp, but if he gets traded to another team besides Miami, the trade request is still valid. He will want to get traded. So none of these other teams, none of these other 28 teams, in my opinion, are going to make a trade for a guy who doesn't want to be there. So let's just call a spade a spade. There's only going to be two options. Either he stays with Portland and it becomes a shit show there, or he gets traded to Miami, gets what he wants, and Portland can get some value for it. So at this point, you guys, I think a trade is imminent. Now, what is the trade going to be? We'll find out within the next few weeks. We know that Tyler Hero is linked to a possible third team. We know that Nikola Jovic is most likely out the door, especially with the way that he's performing in the FIBA championships. We know that we're going to have to send out some draft capital, maybe expiring contracts like Kyle Lowry. It's possible Duncan Robinson may be moved. So with all this moving, with all this uncertainty, with the fact that we don't know who exactly is going to be moved in this trade, there are some players that have been specifically linked to the Miami Heat as far as signing goes after a potential trade for Damian Lillard. And I want to talk about that today because these are two guys who I feel that can really help this current roster. The first guy, he's been linked to us for weeks now. We've talked about it very smallly before, but I want to completely break this down. His name is Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre's been in the NBA for years now. He's 27 years old, so he's basically in the prime of his career. He's been in the NBA, I believe, for like 5 or 6 years now. I don't have it in front of me, you guys. I'm not 100% sure, but he has been in the league for years now. He's a veteran. He's still a young presence. He's available. And then the second guy I want to talk about was a guy who was recently released from the San Antonio Spurs, Cameron Payne, as a potential backup point guard for Damian Lillard. Now, let's start with Kelly Oubre, because this is the name that's been linked to us for weeks now. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry. Anyways, so Kelly Oubre has been linked to the Miami Heat now for several weeks, just like I just mentioned. He has not signed with a team. It's not like that there's backlash in his name. He just wasn't given the contract that he felt that he should have been given. So Kelly Oubre, like I mentioned yesterday, you guys, very shortly, Kelly Oubre is a guy that can come to the Miami Heat, similar to what Josh Richardson and Thomas Bryant are doing. You take a minimum contract for 2 years. Have the second year be a player option. This year is the prove it to me year. Miami's going to do it next year with other players as well when we pick up Damian Lillard. It's kind of like the Big Three era with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. You saw guys like Ray Allen, Shane Battier, Chris Birdman Anderson, Rashard Lewis, Mike Miller, Udonis Haslem. You saw all these guys take less money to win championships. Because at the end of the day, when you win a championship, your value gets boosted. So, with Josh Richardson and Thomas Bryant, by coming here for the veteran minimum, winning a championship, it's the Bruce Brown effect. Bruce Brown, we saw, won a championship with Denver and signed a 2-year, $40 million contract in the offseason. That's what these guys want to do. This is a prove it to me here. Similar to Dion Waiters in 2016 here in Miami. They want to ball out, get as much value as they can, and next season sign for big money, whether it's Miami, doubt it, or another team. So this is a great option for a guy like Kelly Oubre. And it's not like there's a lot of other options out there for him. Teams have pretty much filled up their roster. So if you want to go sign a $4-5 million biannual contract with another team, make a couple more $1 million throughout the year, get taxed usually, because remember, here in Florida, no state income taxes. But you want to go to another team, make maybe $1 million more after taxes. For what? You're not going to build your name. You might get bounced in the season, not even make the playoffs, and then you're stuck where you're at next year. These guys, Thomas Bryant, Josh Richardson, Kelly Oubre, Cameron Payne, they understand the way the NBA works. They understand the way the world works. If they make the NBA championship and build up their value, a lot of money's coming to them. One more second, you guys. Sorry about that, guys. I'm actually in the middle of work right now. Anyways, so back to what I was saying. So with Kelly Oubre, he would be a perfect fit to the Miami Heat. Now, I know what a lot of people might be thinking. Kelly Oubre, 6'6", 203 pounds. He's a shooting guard. We got guys like Josh Richardson, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler. We still have Jaime Jaquez, Tyler Hero. We have a lot of guard options. Well, Kelly Oubre may be a great fit here because, like I just mentioned, we don't know what we're going to have to send out for Damian Lillard. So if we have to send out Jaime Jaquez, if we have to send out Duncan Robinson, if we have to send out certain guards, Kelly Oubre is going to come in and fit that role. And if Kelly Oubre comes in, this is a guy last season for Charlotte who averaged 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, 43% for the field. He gives you a great offensive boost. Now, he's not known for his defensive prowess, but here in the Miami Heat, you know that we turn okay players into quality, great role players. Kelly Oubre definitely fits that mold. He's got a shot. He's got offensive prowess. He can definitely work with the Heat. I see Kelly Oubre as the perfect 6th, 7th man option or even start. So if you have a starting lineup, let's say if we trade for Damian Lillard and you have Damian Lillard, Kelly Oubre, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Love, Bam Adebayo, with Caleb Martin, Kelly Oubre coming off of the bench, that's a problem. That's a problem. Caleb Martin and Kelly Oubre coming off the bench for this Miami Heat team, that's insane. That's insane. Don't forget that you got don't forget that you got other guys playing in this team that's going to contribute as well. So we're rounding out this roster, and we're rounding it out beautifully. And it's like I said 2 months ago when this trade request originally happened, you guys, patience is a virtue. We need to be patient to make this deal happen. I understand that things look bleak in July. I understand that things were boring in August and people were thinking we should have pulled out of the trade. But now that we're 2.5 weeks from training camp, and now that all these rumors are flying, and now that all this stuff may happen, it shows you that not just in basketball, but in life, patience is a virtue, a huge virtue, and it usually comes out winning in the end. And Miami can come out winning huge by training for Damian Lillard and signing Kelly Oubre. But he's not the only guy. Like I just mentioned, Cameron Payne was just released on his contract from the San Antonio Spurs. Cameron Payne, who last season with the Phoenix Suns averaged 10 points, 2 rebounds, 4.5 assists per game. He's a 3-point shooter who usually averages anywhere from 35 to 38%. He is the perfect complementary backup point guard to Damian Lillard. We know that if we trade for Damian Lillard, it is possible that, or not possible, it's most likely that Kyle Lowry will be a part of the deal, simply because Kyle Lowry has a $29 million player option for this season. After this season, that contract is off your books. So that's why if you're Portland, you want you want Kyle Lowry included, because you have a few options. You can either keep him for the season and have him mentor Scoot Henderson, which is a huge benefit because you got a guy who's a former NBA champion molding Scoot Henderson, or you can simply trade him to another team or buy him out. Portland will have a lot of options with Kyle Lowry. But if we do let go of Kyle Lowry, Cameron Payne would be the perfect backup point guard. And I know, we've talked about bringing back Gogi, Goran Dragic, and as much as I would love to bring Goran Dragic, you can't deny the fact that Cameron Payne will help us get to where we want. And by signing Cameron Payne, you don't have to play a 33-year-old Damian Lillard 42 to 43 minutes. You can allow him to play 35, 36 minutes, maybe even less during the season. Let Cameron Payne pick up all those backup quality minutes. You can even have them play together in certain times in the game. Cameron Payne is a mixed combo guard. He can definitely fit either the one or the two in specific moments. So I think that Cameron Payne would be an incredible backup point guard for Damian Lillard. Now, the question is, do Cameron Payne and Kelly Oubre want to come to the Miami Heat? We heard it yesterday. Kelly Oubre has huge interest in joining the Miami Heat. The report was stated by Barry Jackson and multiple other representatives for the Miami Heat reporting have stated that if the Miami Heat make this trade for Damian Lillard, Kelly Oubre is reported to sign. And like I mentioned yesterday in my video, you guys, it's kind of funny that all this is happening back to back. That's why I am fully confident that this trade is going to happen. I've been just as confident as I was July 1st when the trade demand was made, you guys. I've been fully confident. I believed 100%. I was never in doubt. You guys have been with me, have known this, and have heard this. And the fact that yesterday, that Shams reported that Damian Lillard only will report to Portland or Miami, the fact that he reported that Portland and Miami will continue talks and possibly make a trade before training camp, and the fact that this whole news for Kelly Oubre comes out right as this report for Damian Lillard comes out, and the fact that Cameron Payne was released by the Spurs the day that all this is happening, it's a trickle effect. In my opinion, you guys, it's a trickle effect. All this stuff are signs pointing that the trade to the Miami Heat will happen. I'm 100% confident, you guys. You know it here. You know what you get with Ernest. And I'm gonna be just as confident now. We got 2.5 weeks until training camp. That's when I feel this trade will happen. When? I don't know. It could be today. It could be next week. It could be the day of training camp. I fully believe, you guys, that Portland does not want to go into training camp with all that drama. You bring Damian Lillard into training camp with Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe, Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant. It's just going to be drama for these guys. Portland doesn't want to handle that. They want to move forward and rebuild. Trade Damian Lillard before training camp. Avoid this headache. Avoid this crap. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys feel about bringing Kelly Oubre and Cameron Payne to the Miami Heat? Do you feel that it's possible to bring both of them, or do you think it's more likely that just one of them come? And if Cameron Payne doesn't come to the Miami Heat, where do you think he fits better? It's possible he may go back to Phoenix. Phoenix traded him to San Antonio, and San Antonio released him. So he could go back to Phoenix if he wants to, I believe. I believe so. Because he was with another team that released him. So he could go back to Phoenix. I'll confirm that with you guys to be on the safe side, but I fully believe he could. But I'm strongly feeling that Cameron Payne knows that his best spot would be here with the Heat. Kelly Oubre as well. So let me know what you guys think with that. Please, guys, take a moment. Smash the like button if you like what you heard. Don't forget to subscribe. Please help your boy out. It would really mean a lot to me by smashing the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the notification bell. And if there's any other updates that come out, you guys, you'll hear from here. You'll hear from me. Thank you so much for the time, and until next one, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. Let's go Heat.